Is Korean fortune-telling reliable? Korean fortune-telling is thought to be a reliable prediction of fate for some, and a liar who cannot be seen for others. As a Korean fortune-telling counselor, Korean fortune-telling will give you a clear answer today about what you can trust. Korean fortune-telling is a person's natural destiny, which can be identified by his birth date and time of birth. Nowadays, anyone can easily search the Korean fortune-telling calendar on the internet to see what fate you were born with. Korean fortune-telling starts with a long history of study called Myeongryology. Then, is Myeongryology reliable? Myeongryology is a complex result of various studies, but the most important proportion of them is statistics. Korean fortune-telling is to infer the probability of a person's fortune-telling from long-standing statistics in the past. So when asked if I can trust 100%, I say no. This is the same with other statistics and disciplines. Scientific facts, which were correct only 100 years ago, have also been found to be false over time as more scientific research has been conducted. Korean fortune-telling is also difficult to say that it is 100% reliable. So why do people go to a Korean fortune-telling counselor? It calculates a person's fate with a high probability with statistics from a long history. Although not 100% reliable, past statistics have been accumulated and supplemented little by little, and are being passed down so far. People look at the weather forecast on days before important things happen. Normally, it wouldn't matter if it was raining or sunny. However, if you go on an important date, wedding, or trip far away, you will be able to take care of important things by bringing an umbrella, or changing the date to prepare for the weather in advance. It is the importance of weather forecasting. What should you be careful about on such important days of life? When you recognize Korean fortune-telling, it's like getting a forecast in advance on where to go. There is no harm in being careful and prepared in advance. Korean fortune-telling can further identify an individual's personality or disposition. A conversation with a counselor who knows my personality and tendency, and can objectively tell me the direction of what will happen in the future, can help me check and reorganize myself when I'm in a situation where I'm at a loss or frustration. Then, which counselor should you meet and ask? I would recommend you to learn Korean fortune-telling yourself. When would it be good for me to study enough for about 3 months at home on YouTube or books? When will it be bad? You can tell enough. You can check which one is good to supplement. No matter how famous you go to a counselor, the counselor can't know you better than I know myself. So a counselor who is too assertive or affirmative can't serve as a good advisor. Of course, there may be people who receive counseling for fun, but most of the people who come to counseling are frustrated and depressed. So many people come to find out how to solve it. Nothing can be said to be 100% correct. With a high probability, no one can conclude that if a counselor recommends a separate talisman, it is true that it is not a reliable counselor. Go to a counselor who has a lot of conversation. Not only does it end by telling the solution alone, but most of the people who ask about the current situation in detail, and ask about the big and small things in life, often give proper solutions or advice to improve the completeness of the Korean fortune-telling solution. Therefore, a Korean fortune-telling counselor who induces a lot of conversation is good. It is the mind that is higher than Korean fortune-telling. Depending on how you feel, you can live happily or unhappy in any situation. It's all up to you. Even if it's hard and frustrating to live now, try to shape your mind differently. And if you still feel frustrated and want advice, visit a counselor then and have a long conversation. Subscribe, and like, our love.